and keep one block nearby. So you're going to take that block by the side so you don't have to get up for it. And lay down in constructive rest. Take a look at your feet or get a feel for your feet so that they are aligned and about hips distance apart. Your arms rest out by the side. You're going to close your eyes and arrive. Arrive at the soles of your feet first. Notice if the four corners of both feet are evenly rooted. Notice what your knees are trying to do. Is the femur, your thigh bone, actually resting on the socket? Or are the knees trying to fall out? And as the femur rests in the socket, notice the relationship with the pelvis to the ground. And we know this is a subtle sensation, but it is possible that one side of the pelvis is heavier than the other. Do you notice any difference? Can you sense the space between your lower back and the ground? And how your mid-back and your shoulder blades could be surrendering to the mat, but yet there could be a difference between the right and the left shoulder blade. Notice the space between the back of your neck and the mat as you allow your head to rest. Bring the attention to the tips of your nostrils and notice the air caressing the nostrils as it enters and leaves the body. Invite the breath into your belly. And begin to awaken your belly with the breath. This is a way of toning your nervous system. But for the purposes of CORENNECTED, it's also a way of awakening your core. The core being that complex between your pelvic diaphragm and your respiratory diaphragm. Every time you inhale, fill the entire belly with the breath. And every time you exhale, allow the belly button to go towards the spine. If this was an exercise class, I could invite you to start crunching. So bringing the shoulder blades off the ground. And you start to feel that connection with your at least superficial layer of abdominal muscles. But we want to go much deeper with CORENNECTED. So I'm going to ask you to focus on the exhalation, drawing the belly button intentionally towards the spine, to a point where you feel that the shoulder blades actually do get a little lighter from the ground. But most importantly, not only the shoulder blades get lighter, but there is a slight tilt of the pelvis, just with the breath. As you inhale, there's a very slight anterior tilt of your pelvis. And depending on how much effort you're putting on that exhalation, you notice that there is a posterior tilt, so your tailbone's going forward and slightly up. And as you continue to focus on this exhalation, notice if the knees, as you begin to exhale, are starting to separate from one another. It's a very slight, again, very subtle. But what we want to do once we observe that is take the block and place it between the thighs. So we're now really connecting to the entire energetic core. The energetic line of your core begins at the arch of the foot and climbs through your inner legs, inner thighs, plugging into your pelvic floor. So now you're bypassing the separation of your knees. You're actually going to hug the block with your thighs to awaken that energetic line of the core. And I get a little shake on the legs, which is perfectly normal. You're going to root through the four corners of both feet to prevent yourself from losing your roots. Now let the next exhalation really create that posterior tilt of your pelvis. At the bottom of your exhalation, you're going to hold. Then press through the feet and inhale to bring the pelvis maybe an inch off the ground. Then exhale, bring it down again. Next time you inhale, bring it maybe 2 inches off the ground. Keep hugging the block with your thighs. Then inhale, bring it down. And exhale, bring it up like 3 inches. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, bring it up another inch, 4 inches. Notice as you begin to go a little higher, if you're losing the four corners of your feet, can you plant through the four corners to come up and down? Next time you inhale, go up a little higher. And exhale, bring it down. 3 more times, going higher and higher every time. As it goes higher, do you have to put more effort into hugging that block? Most likely because at some point we want to bypass the core by rotating the hips, so the knees want to fall out. Go a little bit higher. And then this last one, inhale to come the highest. Hold it on the top. Exhale. Inhale again. Then exhale, bring it all the way down. Let's add the arms now to this transition, to the dynamic bridge. So next time you inhale, you're going to bring the hips all the way up. Begin to move the breath from the belly to the ribs to the chest, and take your arms to the sides of your ears. And exhale, bring it down. Arms down, hips down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bring the hips up, the arms up. Exhale, hips down, arms down. And then again. And exhale, bring it down. Let's add to this. Inhale, bring the hips up, arms up. Exhale, hips down. Arms are going to reach forward. You're going to take your feet off the ground and curl towards your knees. When your feet are up, you want to keep the thighs perpendicular to the floor, legs parallel to the floor. Then inhale, place the feet down, hips up, arms up. And exhale, hips down, arms forward, feet up. Crunch. Once again, and then we add. Inhale, feet down, hips up, arms up. Exhale, hips down, feet up, arms forward, and crunch. Hold it here for a moment. Keep the thighs, again, perpendicular to the floor so you keep the connection with your lower abs. Legs are parallel to the floor. Lower the torso down, open the arms out to the side. As you inhale, your knees are in the center. As you exhale, you're going to take the knees over to the right. Like, start small, same way that we conquered bridge. Then you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take the knees over to the left. Continue on. Inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, knees over to the right. Inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, knees over to the left. One more time, then we add. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees over to the right. Keep squeezing that block. Inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, bring it to center. Now we add. Exhale, take the knees over to the right. You're going a little bit further. Now inhale, kick the feet off to the right, extending the knees. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, bring it to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Inhale to kick. Exhale to bend. Inhale, bring it to center. One more time. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to kick. Is your left shoulder blade coming off the ground? Let your core take care of that. Exhale to bend. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale to kick. Exhale to bend. One more time on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale to kick. Exhale to bend. Inhale, bring it to center. Last one. Exhale over to the left. Inhale to kick. Exhale to bend. Inhale, bring it to center and hold. Now, extend your knees, bringing the soles of the feet towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, crunch towards your knees. Squeeze that block. Hold it here. Begin to move your legs towards the front of the room, the front of your mat. You have an option here. You keep curling, crunching, squeeze the block and come up into Navasana, or you can grab the back of your thighs and bring you up for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Cross your legs. Take the block off to the side. The lower back is going to be on fire. Remember, that's part of your core complex as well. So when you come to your cross-legged position, inhale to sweep the arms around and up. And exhale to fold, giving your inner thighs, your lower back, your hips a break. The next time you inhale, come on up. Swing your legs around. Find your way into a table position. Blocks are off to the front of the mat. In your table, place the blanket under your knees just for a little while. You're going to curl the toes and allow the toes to spread on the mat as your fingers spread on the mat. As you inhale, you're going to find your way into an extension, so the pelvis tilts, the heart melts, the head lifts. As you exhale, you're going to flex, come all the way into that cat, to a point where your knees are very light on the ground. You're almost lifting them up. And inhale, do it again. Open it up. Then exhale, do it. Go for that cat, but this time do lift the knees maybe an inch off the ground. Inhale, bring it down. Now notice what's happening with your knees. As you lift the knees off the ground, are you separating them from one another? So if that is the case, Come forward into your table position. Place that block once again in between your thighs. Notice that gives you the access to your core again, to your energetic line of core. So, let's see if this is a little bit easier. Inhale to extend the spine. As you exhale, cat, lifting the knees as you squeeze the blocks. Piece of cake. Bring the knees down. Inhale, open it up again. Exhale, curl. At the bottom of your exhalation, lift the knees again. Squeeze that block. 2 more times. Inhale, knees down. Open it up. Exhale. Again, empty the breath. Squeeze the block and lift a little bit higher. Then knees down. Inhale, open up. This is the last one. Exhale, curl and lift almost into down dog. As you're halfway there, squeeze the block. Now begin to extend the spine. So you're going to bring the tail back. Knees are still bent. Extend so that you can feel both sides of your torso long. Then go ahead, straighten the knees, downward facing dog. Woohoo! Now look between your hands and begin to walk your hands towards your feet. At this point, you can get rid of the blanket. We're not going down again. Inhale, come halfway up. Bring your hands to your hips. Anchor through the 4 corners of both feet. Squeeze that block. And exhale to come all the way up to stand. As you arrive, let your eyes close for a moment. Now, as your eyes open, you're in Tadasana. You're going to inhale to rise to the balls of your feet as you squeeze the block and reach the arms all the way up. As you exhale, the heels slowly come down. As you squeeze the block, your arms go out to the side. Do it again. Inhale, rise up. Spreading the toes wide, reach the arms long. Find a point of focus that doesn't move. Exhale, bring the heels down and arms down by your side. One more time, then we add. Inhale, reach up. Come on up to the balls of your feet. Exhale, heels down, arms out by your side. Now inhale, reach up. Keep to the balls of your feet. As you exhale, bend the elbows out to the side. Bend your knees and sit back, chair pose. I know everybody loves this sequence. Your heels are up. You're squeezing that block. You're going to inhale your torso halfway forward. Reach the fingertips long. Then as you exhale, heels go down. Straighten your knees and fold over the legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, walk your hands forward into a plank pose. As you get into plank, spread your toes wide, squeeze that block, drop the hips just enough to create a wave of prana all the way to the crown of the head. Heart melt in between the arms. You're still squeezing that block. Lift from the back of your navel, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward so that you can exhale your hands back to your feet. Inhale halfway up. Bend your knees, rise to the balls of your feet. And exhale, sit back, Utkatasana. Squeeze that block. You still to the balls of your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach long with the fingertips. Exhale, heels down, arms out by the side. Now, that was fun. Can we do that once again? Squeeze the block. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Reach up with the fingertips. Exhale, bend the knees out. Bend the elbows out, rather. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. My legs are shaking. That's good. Can you take the attention to the core? Inhale, halfway forward. Reach long with the fingertips. Exhale, heels down. Extend the knees over the legs you go. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk your hands to the front of the mat. Plank pose. At the bottom of your exhalation, squeeze the block. Inhale, drop the hips, open the heart, lift the head. Exhale, from the back of the navel, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, walk the hands once again towards your feet. Inhale, halfway up, bend the knees, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, sit back, Utkatasana. Root through the balls to rise to the top. Exhale, heels down, arms out by the side. Now I got a challenge for you, if that wasn't challenging enough. Take the block, place it off to the side. There's an imprint of that energy between your legs, between your thighs. Bring your legs a little closer together. And with that imprint, next time you inhale, rise to the balls of your feet, reach your arms up. Not happening, Paula. Then place the block in between your thighs again. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, bend the knees, Utkatasana. What's happening to those knees? The block made it easier, didn't it? But now you have that imprint. Can you work with it? Inhale, halfway forward, heels are up. Exhale, heels down, straighten the knees and fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, walk the hands forward to plank pose. Squeeze the legs in the imaginary block. Inhale, drop the hips, open the heart. Exhale, from the back of the navel, up and back, downward facing dog. You did it. Now bring your knees closer together. Rise to the balls of your feet. Bring the toes to the right and the heels to the left. Inhale here. As you exhale, bend your knees almost towards your right armpit. And let the hips fall to the left as the knees over to the right. Inhale, come up and center. Exhale, toes to the left, heels to the right. Bend the knees and dive. Do that again. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, toes to the right, heels to the left. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, toes to the left, heels to the right. Dive. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, look between the hands. Your choice here. Finding that imprint of the block, you're going to keep your knees hugging in. At the emptiness of your breath, you're going to take a hop to the top or a step to the top of the mat. Take the blocks to the top with you. When you get to the top, inhale halfway up. Bend your knees, rise to the balls of your feet one last time. Squeezing that imaginary block between your thighs, come up, Utkatasana. Root through the balls of your feet to rise, inhale all the way to the top with a smile. Exhale, palms together in front of the heart, heels down. Your commitment to the practice is the key to everything. But that commitment is dependent on the heat that you build within this core complex. Take a moment to bow. And set an intention for your practice today. And let that intention carry on into your life. Discipline, commitment, enthusiasm. Next time you inhale, sweep your arms around and up. Exhale, sit back, Utkatasana. But now the heels are down, the four corners of the feet are down. Join the palms together in front of the heart. Squeeze the thighs toward one another. Inhale here. Exhale, take a twist over to the right. Potentially placing the left elbow outside of your right knee. If that doesn't work, the left hand can go on a block. And you're going to spiral the heart over to the right. Now, the left knee tends to go with you. You want to isolate the pelvis and line with the floor so that you can turn the heart over to the right. Begin to peel the left foot off the ground. The what? Remember, you can always keep the left hand down. You peel the left foot off the ground. Then extend your hip, extend your knee, and land back for a lunge. Twist it. Now, if that doesn't work, you can untwist, place the fingers down, and step back. Eventually, we meet in that twisted lunge. You're resisting the hips to the left as you're turning your heart to the right. Next time you inhale, rise up, untwist, and reach all the way up. As you exhale, rotate your right hip open, come around for Virabhadrasana 2. Turn your right palm up, inhale to reverse the warrior. As you exhale, extend the front knee and come forward. Right arm is reaching forward. Left arm is going to come up and over, parallel to the right. Let your inner thighs open up. You're going to stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the front knee, inhale to rise up. Reverse the warrior. As you exhale, windmill the hands down. Spin on the ball of your back foot. Plant the hands firmly down and create that cat that gives you enough space to pick up the right foot from the ground, knee to the chest. Move it back to a one-legged dog. Let it open the groin. To downward facing dog. Feet together. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, toes to the right, heels to the left. Dive. But as you dive, can you pick up that left foot from the ground and thread it through so that you can come around for a fallen triangle? So your left hand is down, right arm reaches up, open it up. Very similar to a side plank. Then come back to center, place the right hand down. Pick up that left foot. Place it down together with the right. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Bend the knees. Toes to the left, heels to the right. Exhale to dive. Pick up that right foot from the ground. Slide it through. Begin to transition into your right hand as you extend both knees. Fallen triangle with a smile. Left hand comes down. Pick up that right foot. And then place both feet together. Downward facing dog. That imprint of the block between your thighs is going to take you forward into a plank. Inhale, drop the hips any amount, open the heart. Modified upward facing dog. Exhale from the back of the navel, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Bend your knees. Empty the breath. Look between your hands and take that hop or that step to the top. When you get to the top, feet are together. Inhale halfway up. Bring the hands to your hips. As you ground through both feet, exhale, come all the way to the top. Notice that heat building within. Notice the quality of your mind. Because at times when that heat builds, it gives us a slight moment of frustration or anger. Can you let go of that and commit yourself to the other side? So your knees are together, your feet are together. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Exhale, sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose. Join the palms together, inhale again. Exhale, take a spiral over to the left. Or watch what's happening with that right knee. Always remember you can have a block by the side of your left foot. So you can place that right hand down and twist all the way over to the left. Pelvis in line with the floor. Begin to lighten up on that right foot, bringing the weight into the left. Right leg goes back, extend the knee, extend the hip. Find your twisted lunge. Or untwist, step back, and twist again. You're resisting the hips to the right as you turn your heart to the left with a smile. Next time you inhale, come around, open into a lunge. I'm going to switch the side of my mat. You're up on a lunge. Externally rotate your left hip, open up, Virabhadrasana 2. Turn your left palm up, inhale to reverse the warrior. Exhale, extend the front knee and come forward, triangle. Let that be the moment where your inner thigh begin to open up. We had a lot of energy put into them. Left arm is forward, right arm comes up and over the ear. Both sides of the torso long. It's a minor counter twist over to the right. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the front knee, up you go. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Spin on the ball of your back foot. Plant the hands firmly on the ground. You want to find that cat spine to create enough space to pick up the left knee to the chest, left foot up. Move back to a one-legged dog. To downward facing dog with the feet together. Inhale, rise to the balls of the feet. Exhale, toes to the left, heels to the right. Bend the knees. Dive. Pick up that right foot from the ground and thread it through. Fallen triangle. Right hand stays down. Open it up. Then inhale, come to center. Left hand goes down. Create the space to pick up that right foot, move it back. Step the feet together. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Toes to the right, heels to the left. Exhale to dive. Pick up that left foot. Glide it through. Sliding on your left hand. Left hand takes the work. Open it up, fallen triangle. Lift away from the ground. This is not an arm job. This is not a leg job. Let your core do the work. Inhale, right hand goes down. Exhale, pick up that left foot. Move it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, come halfway up. Bend the knees. Exhale, Utkatasana. Just as you think you're done, you're going to hold it here for a moment. I'm staying with you. I know how we all love that chair pose. You're going to stay. Stay still. And let the core, physically, emotionally, spiritually, give you the support to get off your head, drop into the body, and stay with that fire. Your knees might want to separate. You're going to join your knees together again and sit a little bit lower. You know you can do this because you have all the support you need, but you got to get off your head. And when you get off your head, you're confident. You got to the discipline, the enthusiasm to face any challenge in life. Now bring the arms behind you. Interlace the fingers. You're still in chair. Roll the shoulders back. Open up the heart for 5. Drop the chin to the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the knees and fold over the legs. As the hands move away from the shoulders, the heart melts towards your thighs. Bring the hands down. Release the finger and fold over your legs. Inhale halfway up, bend your knees one more time. Just to place your hands down, move back into a table position. We're not staying in table. The table is your transition to swing the legs around and have a seat. Make that seat comfortable. Close your eyes once again. We're going to close the intense part of the practice today with 3 rounds of Kapalabhati. You know your practice. You have it, you take it. You don't, you're going to stay with that focus on the exhalation, drawing the navel up to the spine and up to the heart. Kapalabhati is only on the belly. It focuses on the exhalation. So it's a passive inhalation and then just pulsing on the exhalation. We're going to do 3 rounds of about a minute each with 3 breaths, resting breaths in between. So your eyes are closed. You're going to bring that focus to the belly, the breath into the belly. Empty your next breath. Passively inhale about 3/4 of the way in. Begin your first minute. The minute you feel that the breath is going up your chest, stop. Focus on bringing the breath back to the belly and continue to pulse, pump. Got about 20. 10. Empty the breath. 3 resting breaths. Empty the next one. Second round, 1 minute. Twenty. Three, 2, 1, empty. 3 resting breaths. You can do this. Empty the next one. Passively inhale, 3/4 in, and begin. $15. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty it out. Beautiful job. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Exhale to fold over the legs. Next time you inhale, rise up. You're going to bring your knees together. Shift the weight to the sitting bones. and come up, Navasana, boat pose. You can keep your knees bent here. We have one more deep twist. Now taking all of that fire you just cultivated from Kapalabhati and allowing that fire to be the leverage to wring out all the toxins you invited into that core. So you're holding here. You're going to place your right heel towards your left gluteus. If this does not work for your knee, you can extend the right knee and just keep the leg straight. Right heel comes to the left gluteus. The left foot crosses over the right thigh. You're going to use the outer ankle to hold on to the thigh. There's always a possibility to sit up on a blanket if you feel like the left sitting bone does not ground. You want to sit up tall, so whatever position you take, the left foot is down. You want to sit tall. Inhale here. As you exhale, begin to spiral. Take the crease of your right elbow into your left knee. That gives you the leverage to keep the left knee in and up. Prepare to exhale all the way over to the left. Let the skin of your belly follow you. If this feels really good, you want to go deeper, you cross that right elbow outside of the left thigh. That allows you to really dive deep into that twist. Left shoulder is soft, head is soft, neck is long. Breathe. Tough to breathe deeply when you're in a twist. But allow the mind to go back to the breath instead of that difficult sensation in the body. You got 2 more breaths here. Very slowly, begin to spiral back to center. Inhale. Pause here for a moment. Find both sitting bones evenly rooted. Again, take the legs up, Navasana. Let that heat continue to build. Take the left heel to the right gluteus, and the right foot crosses over the left thigh. Sitting nice and tall, make the arrangements you need to have both sitting bones rooted and the spine nice and long. Prepare to inhale through your central axis. Exhale, left elbow goes to the right knee, hugging it in and up as you twist over to the right. It gets to be really intense and good. That's when you take that left elbow outside of the right knee. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, squeeze through like a sponge, getting rid of dirty water. Two more breaths. Inhale, slowly spiral back to center. Once again, both sitting bones go down. One more time into Navasana. Rearrange if you need to. Take your index and middle finger, place in between the big toe and the second toe. Then hook it with your thumb. Bring your knees closer and closer together as you extend them. Bind your boat pose. Maybe you fall back, you laugh. It's fun, like a little kid playing around with a bound boat. I'm going to stay here for 3 more breaths. The longest and strongest breaths you have taken so far today. Focus on that exhalation that allows you to reconnect with your core complex. For 3, for 2, for 1. Let go of your toes without collapsing. And bring the knees down. Scoot yourself towards the front of the mat and take 1 block with you. We're going to keep the block by the side. Thighs are together, feet are down. We're going to go down for the count of 20. Arms are forward. Find the sacrum down. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. At about 10, you begin to shake. Glue your thighs together. Empty the breath and continue. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Oh my. Stretch the whole body long. Then bend your knees. Lift your hips just enough so you can place that block on the lowest height underneath your sacrum. The sacrum is the triangle between your gluteus. So you're not up on your lower back and you're not down to your thighs. You are giving the sacrum a platform of support. Once you rest the sacrum on the block, allow your gluteus to relax so that your whole pelvis can soften on the block. This is going to give you a moment to stretch out the lower back, the psoas, their connection, and really soften all the energy into that belly. No effort here. Just a moment to be. Bend your elbows, reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Then place the back of your upper arms down to lift your heart towards the ceiling. Roll your shoulder blades underneath you. Let the chin rest towards the chest. Then arms go down as you lift your legs up in the air. Somewhat of a restorative inversion. Taking some of that energy from the roots, and we put quite a bit of that into the roots today, and now bringing it back to the heart. Allow the breath to be soft. Take 2 more breaths here. Then bend the knees and place your feet down, block still under the sacrum. Extend your right knee and bring the back of your right heel to the floor. If you want to get a little deeper there, take your right arm alongside of your right ear and breathe into the entire right side of your body. One more breath here. Arm to the side, bend the right knee, place the foot down. Pause for a moment. Then switch sides. Left knee extends, left hip extends. If you want to take it deeper, left arm to the side of the ear. Moving the left fingertips away from the toes. Two more breaths here. Arm goes out to the side, bend the left knee, place the foot down. And just observe. Lift the hips up, take that block off to the side. And as the pelvis descends, pause again in constructive rest. Then hug the knees to the chest. Rock softly from side to side as in a massage for your lower back. Decide right here, right now, if there's anything else you would like to have before surrendering to the gift of Shavasana. It's your practice, your choice. You're going to take that blanket and place under your head. And anything else that you're now accustomed to having for your Shavasana. I often recommend a pillow for under the knees, a blanket to cover you maybe. But it's your practice. You got to decide what suits you at this point so you can surrender. Everything in life is about this balance between effort and surrender. Now it's your time to really honor your body as a whole system. Let the physiological benefits of your practice now kick in. as I sit quietly to observe your energy. Lay in Shavasana and be the observer of your own intelligence. Listen to the way your organs swim in fresh fluid. Listen to the symphony of your heartbeat. The whispering sound of your breath. Begin to deepen your breath. Notice how the practice affected your breath today. Then wiggle your toes and your fingers, but ever so slightly, that you can actually sense the space that your fingers are touching or moving into. As you begin to make the movement a little bit more active, the next time you inhale, reach your whole body long. Exhale, hug the knees to the chest. Rock softly from side to side. Roll over to the right in fetal position and pause. Think of your mat as the womb. You spent the past hour in some getting ready, nurtured by your breath, nurtured by the divine intelligence within your body. Now you're prepared to come out of that womb, ready to embrace life with a fresh perspective. So as you roll up to a seat, keep your eyes closed, but sit tall, ready to receive this moment for the gift that it is. Join the palms together in front of the heart. Bow and take a moment to plant the seed of your intention at the lotus of your heart. We're going to close the practice with one Om to nurture the seed of your intention. So empty your breath. Inhale deeply. Now bow to the divine intelligence at the lotus of your heart in gratitude for the gift of life. Life is a journey, not a destination. Embrace your journey. Cherish each breath, each moment, for that's all you take with you. Namaste.